For dividing polynomials, let's do this using long division first. So before we get into doing this with polynomials, let's kind of refresh with some regular numbers to think about how we set these up. So if we were to do something like 32 divided by 8. So, I mean, hopefully you know that this is 4, but how we would set this up is 8, trying to see how many times does 8 go into 32, or does 8 go into 32. So in this case, 8 goes into 32 4 times. 4 times 8 is 32. So we put that underneath and we subtract, and we get a remainder of 0. So, we put a little R0, remainder 0. So notice this means 8 times 4 plus 0 is 32. Okay, so when we say we're trying to figure out, does 8 go into 32, is there something that multiplies with the 0 remainder to get 32? Versus like 34 divided by 8, does 8 go into 34? 8 goes into 34 4 times. 4 times 8 is 32, so we subtract then remainder of 2. So 8 times 4 plus 2 is 34. So it doesn't go in, we have a remainder here, but we would say that 8 goes into 34 4 times, remainder of 2. So let's kind of keep thinking about how we set this up when we throw in x's now. Help us kind of remember how to do long division. So now with a polynomial, let's take x to the 4th minus 6x cubed plus x squared plus 24x minus 20 divided by x minus 2. So when we set this up like long division, the x minus 2 goes on the outside. Okay, this is the divisor. We're trying to figure out how many times does this go into x to the 4th minus 6x cubed plus x squared plus 24x minus 20. Or does it go in? Does x minus 2 go into this? So what we do is we start looking at x to the 4th. X times what gets us x to the 4th. Just like before, we were doing 8 times what gets us 32. So now we're doing x times what gets us x to the 4th. It's x cubed. So now when I do x times x cubed, that's x to the 4th, but then also minus 2 times x cubed. We have to do the x cubed to both of those. So that's minus 2x cubed. So remember before we were subtracting. So we subtract, that's going to change the signs of each. So now this is gone. A minus x plus 4 is a minus 4x cubed. Now we bring down the next term. This wasn't in our last examples with the 8 and 32, but remember, then we would you take the next number when it's just numbers. Now we take the next term, bring that down. How many times does x go into negative 4x cubed? So we need these to match up. So we're going to have a minus 4x squared. So minus 4x squared times x is minus 4x cubed. And then it'll become a plus 8x squared. And we're subtracting now. So this will change to plus and minus. Those are gone. X squared minus 8x squared is minus 7x squared. Bring down the 24x. So now, x times what's going to get us negative 7x squared? Minus 7x. Oh, and let's make sure I'm lined up. Minus 7x. So minus 7x times x, minus 7x squared, minus 7x times minus 2 is a plus 14x. Okay, subtracting, so we split the signs. 24 minus 14 is 10x. Bring down the minus 20. X times 10 gets me 10x, so 10x minus 20. Subtract. Gone, gone. 0, nothing left to bring down. So remainder of 0. So what this tells us is that x minus 2 goes into this x to the 4th polynomial. No remainder, so that means it's a factor. It goes into it. So if we kind of write this out, that means x minus 2 times x cubed minus 4x squared minus 7x plus 10. If I were to multiply this all out, and I would encourage you to do this on your own, distribute the x, distribute the minus 2, we're going to get this. So it's a way to figure out, can x minus 2, is it a factor of this whole long thing? Because you can't really just factor this, so sometimes we just have to try different things. Try x minus 2, see if it's a remainder of 0. And then it breaks it down to just an x cubed now, and then you can keep going from there. Okay, so let's do one more. So for this next one, we'll do x cubed minus 11x plus 12 divided by x minus 3. Okay, now this one, maybe you notice right here, there's no x squared term, so we have to put one in, 0x squared. We have to include every, whatever we start with as cubed as an x, we have to have a squared, an x, and a constant. So when we set this up, we're saying x minus 3, does it go into x cubed? We need to add in a 0x squared, then minus 11x, then a plus 12. So it needs to be in descending order, and if there's a term missing, we need to put in a 0 of whatever that term is. Okay, so just like before, x times what? X squared is going to get me x cubed. So x cubed minus 3x squared. Subtracting, so minus plus, gone, 0 and 3, 3x squared. Bring down minus 11x. So see how if we didn't have this here, we would have had an x squared. If this minus 11x was over, it wouldn't have lined up. So we need everything to line up. So that's why also we had to include this here. Okay, so x times 3x is 3x squared minus 9x minus plus remainder of minus 2x, bring down plus 12. X times a minus 2 is minus 2x, minus 3 times minus 2 is a plus 6, plus minus, gone, 6. Okay, nothing else to bring down. So now this one I have a remainder of 6. So that means x minus 3 is not a factor of x cubed minus 11x plus 12. So that tells us x minus 3 is not a factor. What it does say is that x minus 3 times x squared plus 3x minus 2, these two multiplied and a plus 6, this would equal my x cubed minus 11x plus 12. And again, I would encourage you to multiply it out, add the 6, to see that, verify that you're going to get this. The other thing that I'll add is kind of pointing this out. This right here, this is called the quotient, and the 6 is called the remainder. Sometimes you're asked to divide this and find the quotient and the remainder.